fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. The Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Next, receivers don't spread the defense out. They were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. Oh, and now some space to operate. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season, man, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. The extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Orlando Brown, the former Raven, the guilty party. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Burrow. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. His 2nd catch in this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
He's got a man complete. A big play there for Cincinnati. 41 yards.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts down.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Looking to throw again on second down. Allen. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's got room. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own. But oftentimes, you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Here's Bass now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up, place the ball, so they can snap it and get back to work.
And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that is incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Hines now on the return. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
56, 56.
On third down, here's Harris. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They run for it with Harris, and he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation. Another try for Mixon, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up.
Pretty entertaining start, 14-all. 2nd quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Here's Allen to throw it. Looking downfield for Kelsey. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Here's Jackson. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To the air. Allen uncorks one for Davis. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Looking deep for Adams. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. On the return, Jackson. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Gets around him. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little game. Allen off the play fake. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
He'll air this one out deep for Davis. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing is Allen on third. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. The kick by Bass is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
Here we go.
First down. Here's Burrow. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Man open. That's Jamar Chase complete. Finding room at midfield. Loose inside the 30. Jamar Chase. Touchdown Bengals. Jamar Chase. 71 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Throwing now is Allen. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Here's Allen. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And that is caught. It's Davis. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
And again, it's Allen. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now Allen. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the 2nd half of this AFC wildcard game. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. It's Mixon on the counter, and he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Burrow.
This goes out wide from Mixon.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. 51 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon,
24 yards.
And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. It was a small, manageable spread to overcome. A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Harris running straight ahead. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen.
Fires the out route and completes it to Harris.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen throwing the out route incomplete. That's Harris.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Harris. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now Allen again. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Bengals are going to get the... As the ball will come out to the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And that one caught downfield by Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Burrow on play action. Escaping the pressure right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Jamar Chase. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start the drive with Harris. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Allen gonna throw. Complete. The tight end Kelsey. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. From the gun, it's Allen. He gets it complete to Harris. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And he's got it inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. CeeDee Lamb. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. They're going to run it with Harris. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this fourth quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. Now Burrow. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it. And he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Oh, good move. 88 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of sprint formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Back to Mixon on 1st down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because them getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Touchdown. McPherson on for the point after. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now.
Makes the score. Bengals 49, Bills 26. Kevin McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The 40. The 20. 10. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Buffalo. It's been a back-and-forth game. A lot of points on the board. And that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Now you see both teams go at it. And as you just pointed out, both of them found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll try to eat some clock with Mixon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart in points here tonight. They finally go get to the quarterback in a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Bengals will take over possession here up at the 44. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. To about the 48-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. Now Burrow loses the football. And the Bills have recovered.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, coach, but look, they've still got this locked down, but that's not necessary.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive, because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game. But to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.